This episode of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by GoDaddy. Today on the show, we have our reaction to the news coming from the Disney D23 Expo.
We are here at the D23 Expo, Disney Fan Event 2011, Anaheim, California. We saw a lot today. Yeah. We went to the Disney/Pixar movie panel /Marvel. Well, movie, yeah, right, /Marvel. And we saw, I pooped that thing so much that I had to take notes. We saw the Avengers footage, but before we talk about that, yeah, Dan's bearing the lead, but I want to say right off the bat, I mentioned this to you already. Right. I think this was better than any Comic-Con I've been to as far as getting out information. They showed us a ton of stuff, talked to a lot of the people involved, filmmakers, actors, animators, and they talked about stuff that's way farther out than you ever get at Comic-Con. We're talking 2013, 2014, and beyond, and concrete information about that stuff. You never hear of places talking about stuff that far out.
I agree with you that I like how far out we got on things, but I think that what I didn't enjoy was the cursory here, some of the actors in the thing. I prefer a Q&A.
I feel like those are always interesting.
I don't know. No, that's, anyway, that's a fun pain. Anyway, so, okay, we're going to start off with a huge title called Wreck-It Ralph. It's under the Disney Animation banner, not Pixar, but Disney Animation.
I knew nothing about this. Did you know about it?
I had heard a little bit about it a while ago. I'd forgotten I had even heard it. It is an animated film that is essentially Toy Story / Megamind for video games. There's an 8-bit video game character, basically Donkey Kong, who is the villain in an 8-bit video game, and he always wanted to be a good guy. Yeah. So the movie is this journey through different games to become the good guy. I mean, have we thought like Paul was made for us, or the Avengers is made for us, or whatever this movie was, that was made for us? Tron? No, this movie is made for our generation.
Well, you had the line of the day when you said this is what Tron should have been.
Yeah. Story-wise,
of going through these different video games.
Well, because they showed a shot from it where they showed this is like the video game hub, where like all the characters expressway to different video games.
Well, also they show a shot where we got to see the first 4 minutes of the movie, first of all, and they show a shot where it pans around in the world, and there's like a giant window which is out of the arcade cabinet into the world, which is brilliant. Yeah. My only little disappointment is that the whole movie doesn't look like an 8-bit world. It's very much that.
Well, we didn't see any of the finished.
Yeah, but you saw the concept drawing.
It'll be a finished. But there might be sequences where it might start out in 8-bit.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, but it looks awesome. My biggest surprise, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It kind of stole the show for me. But that being said, we also saw some footage from Brave, the next Pixar movie. So good. This will be the next Pixar movie.
Yeah, it looks really great.
It looks great. It looks gorgeous.
I'm surprised how much they've committed to the Scottishness of it, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's very in that brogue, in that thick dialect. And gorgeous, just gorgeous.
I'm really excited for Pixar. The Pixar is doing they're not anthropomorphizing anything. It is just a movie. I mean, I guess Incredibles sort of was like that too, but this is, I don't know, it's like, and seeing fantasy not in a live action setting, but although How to Train Your Dragon kind of stole thunder. If there was no How to Train Your Dragon, I would be way more excited for Brave.
It looks great.
But it still looks amazing. Yeah. A couple other really fun, interesting announcements were for the ones that don't happen at Comic-Con, as you said, the ones that are really far off. They're the next two movies from Disney Animation, or from Pixar.
Yeah, the next two big Pixar movies after Monsters University,
which comes after Brave, which also looks fun.
Yes.
The first one was an untitled dinosaurs movie, which is set in the fiction that the meteor did not destroy dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And we saw
they did not go extinct.
Beautiful image of a brontosaurus at sunset, and it looked like there may have been a person on back riding it.
That's the most exciting thing for me, is that it looks like it's going to be creationist version of history.
It's 10,000 BC or whatever.
Where the dinosaurs are hanging out with humans. We don't know much about it, but it's exciting that they're doing a dinosaur movie anyway.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I love that people with dinosaurs, I love it.
But I'm even more excited about the one following that.
Which is Herman's Head.
It sounds brilliant.
They have the next Pixar movie is all set in your mind. So
someone's mind.
It's going to be
I'm feeling it might be both out of the mind and in the mind.
Yeah, I think you'll see a guy experiencing things and then they'll be like, I'm the fear center, I'm the nerve center.
Those Pixar jokes that they do so well
are already kind of that.
It's that. Yeah, it's so perfect.
Yeah, it is. It really is perfect. Something that was exciting was seeing our first glimpse at Oz. We actually saw some scenes, but a lot of concept art as well.
Yeah, they literally just started shooting like 2 weeks ago.
This is director Sam Raimi, and Oz played by James Franco, and Mila Kunis is in it. Other people are in it. You know, it's funny because I remember Harry Knowles and Ina Cool used to always talk about if he could make a movie. This is years ago. He'd want to make Wizard of Oz because the books could be Lord of the Rings. And Sam Raimi, as we know, was going to be doing The Hobbit way before Del Toro, way before Peter Jackson was going to return. And it really does look like he's doing Lord of the Rings with Oz.
Well, of all the movies that are getting prequels, it feels like this is the one that you could utilize it best.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're talking about how we know all the lore, we have all these things that are ingrained in us as we're children.
Yeah.
And to be able to expand on that world and see the sort of origins of it, it looks really cool.
It looks beautiful.
It does.
It looks beautiful. I'm excited for Sam Raimi's take on something on this scale.
Speaking of beautiful, dude, Frankenweenie?
Frankenweenie.
Oh my gosh. Tim Burton's next stop-motion animated film
in 3D and in black and white.
See, this is exciting to me. I feel like black and white will benefit so much from 3D.
I completely agree.
Because it won't feel so flat.
It'll be very graphic.
And stop motion will benefit from 3D, as we've already seen with, what was that? Coraline. Because it feels like physical things in this real space. Yeah. It feels like a diorama world.
But I didn't mean graphic as in graphic violence or gore. I meant graphic as in like graphic shapes, which is that the cleanest. Whenever we see end titles in 3D, they always look great because it's so clean. So I too am very excited. It's funny how I think the woman giving the producer of it was talking about how the kids today, black and white is like new and fresh.
It's novel.
It's novel. And it really is it's not old fashioned. It is like just like Sin City is not like that's old black and white. It's a fresh treatment of something.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that brings us to right. Am I missing anything? What are you missing? Muppets.
I love the take on this, which I didn't know they were going to do, which is sort of they're acknowledging in that wonderful Muppets way of being meta and being self-aware. They acknowledge the fact that the Muppets haven't been around for a while and that they're sort of stuck in a different time. And it's like they're all stuck in the 80s, and there's tons of jokes about how they're stuck in the 80s, and they have to like discover Kermit and bring him back. I was laughing out loud with just the few scenes they were showing. It's genuinely funny. I'm thrilled about this. Thrilled.
It's interesting that you would say that because I actually felt like I didn't know. You mentioned it's meta, and I wasn't sure how meta the movie would be because I kind of felt like they might be like referencing that they are Muppets with people. Like, how can a Muppet exist in real life?
Yeah, that wouldn't be
as
good.
if like people were watching Muppets growing up, and now that they actually exist. But it's not that way. In fact, Jason Segel and Amy Adams kind of act like all the actors are always used to in the Muppet movies. They're kind of oblivious and they're a little bit cheesy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not Jason Segel forgetting Sir Marshall as like very self-deprecating, honest humor. It's something else. It's actually more similar to the way the performances were in Enchanted, also with Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Working
so
with
a little heightened.
A little heightened, exactly.
Yeah. But I love how Jason Segel's best friend is a Muppet, and he's sort of still starstruck by the Muppets. It's great.
And the 80s nostalgia is wonderful in it.
I'm just thrilled.
So, now, all that being said, Avengers panel.
Avengers.
Holy poop.
I lost my mind when I saw.
Why did you lose your mind?
Okay, first of all, they showed us a full scene,
Yes.
which was very Joss Whedon, very cool, badass lines mixed with comedy that totally gets the universe and fit right into the universe. Then we see kind of quick cuts of some action, including some hero on hero action. Cap versus Thor, Cap versus Iron Man, which is very Avengers and very in the spirit of what that comic has always been about. And then we get the line to end all lines with Tony Stark talking to Loki, and Loki goes, "I have an army," and Tony Stark goes, "Yeah, we have the Hulk." It's like, yes! It's so
That's
awesome.
an
I got
actual
chills.
storyline from the comics, right? Where like the Hulk and Tony Stark are sort of
Well, Hulk's a
on the
member of the
bad side.
Avengers, and it just shows like the Hulk, just like in the comics, he's the trump card. He's the biggest, baddest thing on the block.
This is like he's sort of a loose cannon. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
He's against the
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's oh my god, it looks so great. It looks like it's shot great. It's got, shots of a helicarrier.
The only thing that concerns me is that some of it looked very production designy. Less thrilled by that. In contrast to, we saw some John Carter of Mars earlier, and the one thing that I really did like about that footage is that they shot that in a desert. It looks like he's on a desert. It doesn't look like he's in
A soundstage.
a soundstage with like weird structures popping out of things. But what I love more than getting an Avengers movie than a superhero movie is that we're getting another Joss Whedon movie, and that is freaking clear as day from this footage. It's shot the way he shoots things. The dialogue, it has that wonderful like lines that don't belong. Joss Whedon is a master of genre, so he always blends lines that don't belong in the genre inside that genre. Like when Nick Fury leaves the room with "Let me know if you need a magazine," whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's a line from another kind of movie that he put in, and that stuff is wonderful, and that's going to really humanize these superheroes that I haven't fallen in love with as much as you have. So I'm really excited for the Avengers, but a little bit less.
It really is a dream come true. It looks like it's going to be the dream project. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So excited. Yeah. So awesome Disney stuff.
Amazing.
They showed a ton of footage, ton of people, and that was just one panel. There's all kinds of other stuff going on here too, but of course we're focused on the movie stuff.
That's right.
But
Mecca for Disney fans.
Yeah. So much fun.
Yeah. Thanks to Reza for shooting, and we'll
See ya,
see you
Alex.
next time on the Totally Rad Show. You know how we end our episodes always.
Hey, guess what? TRS will be live at PAX again this year. Come join us, won't you? You're not going to want to miss our live panel this Friday at 9 p.m. at the Raven Theater. We'll see you there.
All right, everybody, be sure to stick around for This Day in Rad History. But first, sponsors, Dan Trachtenberg.
GoDaddy has been a sponsor of the Totally Rad Show for a while, and they've offered a really great deal every month. But this month in particular, something really special is happening. 30% off any reseller plan.
What's a reseller plan?
For any number of years for new customers only.
Amazing.
So just use the code TRS30 at checkout, revision3.com/GoDaddy for a list of all the amazing GoDaddy deals from Revision 3. But dude, TRS30
is the
30%
monies.
off all those plans?
Amazing.
It's amazing.
I'm in.
30% off is crazy.
30% off? Crazy. All right, people, speaking of crazy,
Don't forget to send in your backgrounds. Fans at TotallyRadShow.com.
like Crazy Crispy.
Crispy.
I'll see you.
Don't be afraid of tomorrow's episode. When we review the movie, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Today is August 25th, and on this day in Rad History, back in 1939, The Wizard of Oz premiered. The Wizard of Oz
For 200?
premiered. What was The Wizard of Oz?
Amazing.
Ding, ding, ding.
Amazing. 1939.
God, 39.
Before the 40s. Back when kids used to say, but Dad, it's the 30s.
Dad, it's pre-40s.
Can I go see Wizard of Oz, Dad? It's the 30s.
It's like almost the 40s.
Crazy.
Crazy town. Thank you at Chris J. King.
Oil can.
Or the lion noise.